Ahora es que me la da, voy a ver mover, es que me la da, voy a ver
We're live.
mover.
Welcome back to Uncomfortable Convos. We got another episode today for you guys. Of course, we got the beautiful Ariana.
Hey guys.
Your what was it? Your ADHD fairy godmother?
Yeah. What do you mean, what was it?
We actually need to change your handle here soon because Ari. That AD.
It's Ari. Because,
Yeah.
yeah, we're screaming.
So I mean, a lot of people have been loving the podcast episodes that we do together because we have some great conversations. So thank you guys for listening. Wherever you guys are listening to, can you guys please give us a thumbs up, a 5-star rating? It helps the podcast out, and it just helps push the podcast too. So, and also she finally did come out with some shirts not too long ago.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Tism and Titties. So if you guys want to check some of those out,
Tism and titties.
link is in the bio to check all that stuff out. So, and right now, I think I shared on there. If you use the word Thanksgiving, you
Yeah,
get
20% off.
So definitely go check it out. But one of the things that people wanted us to talk about is catfishing. And like, why would somebody want to catfish somebody? You know what I mean? Like,
Nobody
so
wants to catfish. Well, I guess, never mind.
I
I
mean,
guess they do. But
they know what they're doing.
you know what I was thinking about, actually? I think that we get so blind to catfishing, like with ourselves, like with the filters and everything. And like even me, like with my videos, my pictures, like I use a filter. And I don't think it's too crazy, but like I think that we get blind to it. Because then like somebody else takes a picture of us with just like no filter or whatever. And we're like, oh my God, I don't like it. Thanks, me. And I think that we ourselves even get blind to the catfishing. Like we think we look like that filter now.
Yeah, but some people go to the extreme. Like,
Snapchat filters are crazy, okay?
no, not even that. It's just like, that's not the person.
Yeah, okay. So like when we're getting into the whole body contouring thing and we're getting into like snatching your waist or I don't know. It's a lot more than just good angles, right? I mean,
Do you think it's...
I think it's unfair when people do it to adjust their height or their weight in a way that just it's completely
So, like,
misleading.
what do you think of somebody who uses like completely changes the person?
Well, yeah, that's
And-
unfair.
and
But what are their intentions, though?
Yeah, because like I know how some like girls don't want to obviously get catfished, meaning like are height fished, hair fished.
Take off your hat.
Oh yeah, definitely got plenty of hair.
You guys, I literally asked him because I had seen his videos and everything with his hat and then without his hat, but I was like, I don't know. Like, I've been hatfished before. So when I met him, I was like, take off your hat, and I put my hands through his hair. Anyways, but yeah, so.
But people like they don't want the guy to lie about those type of things. But then
Oh, it's an even playing field, baby girl. I mean,
well yeah, but then those same people sometimes don't think that they're filter or they're modifying their body somehow because
I think that they're already fucked up in the head.
because that's technically
They think that that's what they look like,
you know what I mean,
even
like,
in their own heads.
yeah, because have you ever been catfished before?
No. I've never met anybody online and then gone on a date with them, though.
Yeah, I've been catfished twice.
A ver.
I mean, I talked about it on the TikToks before.
Cuéntanos.
Probably like a while back, and I've even talked about it at the podcast. But I'm sure some people are newer here and haven't heard them.
Well, yeah, hello. I haven't seen that far back.
So the first time I got catfished, I had met this girl on Facebook, right? And we just started. She I should have known, but at that time you don't know.
Este hombre.
She only had her photo. You could like see her, and she looked cute. Like she looked cute on her photo, and we just started talking back and forth. And then finally, I was like, "Hey, we should go to dinner sometime." And she was like, "Yeah, let's go to dinner." She lived about like 45 minutes to an hour away, and the town that she lived in, there wasn't really anything. So I told her
Okay.
just to come to the town that I lived in,
Okay.
because there was a lot more to do. And so like that's what it was. And I told her, "Oh, I'm driving this car. I'll be in the parking lot.
Yeah, like look
waiting
out for me or whatever.
Yeah, and then she's like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna be driving this car." And I'm like, "All right, perfect." So like I get there and I'm waiting, and then I see the car pull up. And so I'm just like, everything is good. I'm like, oh, okay, she's here. And like she parked,
You're all
she gets
excited
out,
and everything.
and she gets out of the car and starts like just like getting out, or she got out, and I looked at her and I was like, no, it's not her, you know. And then she just like kept walking towards the car because I think she noticed
Like
my car.
100%, like not her at all.
Yeah, it wasn't her. And then she kept walking towards the car, and I'm like, oh fuck, is it her? And I'm like, trying to like doing the whole squint thing.
Question though, and don't lie, okay? Was it a weight thing?
No.
Okay.
No, definitely not a weight thing. It was she was missing a tooth.
No, you're lying.
Was because
babe, you're lying. That's extreme.
No, so like she was, but not like in the front. Like you could tell she was like missing.
She had her back tooth missing or something.
Like you could see it, like one of the teeth. It's not the canine, but it was like the one right before it.
A la madre.
And then you could tell she was from Mexico because like when you grow up in Mexico.
Okay, let's stop.
No, So when you drink the water in Mexico, depending on where you're from, it stains your teeth. And so her teeth were also like pretty stained, and then it just wasn't her. You know what I mean? Like it was just like a lot of things. And I'm like, oh shit.
Pero si era de Mexico?
Oh yeah, she was Mexican, 100% sure. But not
Mexican, but like from Mexico, like she grew up there, like she was drinking the water?
Probably, but like, so some people that are from there, and again, it depends where you're from too. Like not everywhere.
Yeah, because I've never heard about this.
If they're drinking like dirty water and stuff like that, like obviously because that's all they can get, then it starts staining their teeth. Yes, it's true.
¿Pues sacaste uno del rancho o qué?
I didn't do it on purpose.
Like, what kind of girls were you? Okay, anyways, whatever. So you got catfished. You got catfished.
You're not understanding the catfish part.
Okay,
like,
the catfish part. Got it.
Yeah, like, no, and then she came out and like, well, I got out of the car, and she clearly knew. You know what I mean? Like, she was like, "Hey, how's it going?" I'm like, and she said her name, and I'm like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" And I just went through with the date, talked with her. She was pretty cool and everything, but it wasn't my style. Like, she was like, "Oh, like we should do this again," and I was like, "Oh yeah, sure, we should do it." Never called her back or text her back, but I still went through with it. It wasn't like shit, like I'm out. You know what I mean? Like it was just like we're here.
Yeah, I mean, at least you were like a gentleman about it, I suppose.
Well, yeah. And that was the first time, and that's when I learned to like, obviously you start learning like, hey, like maybe they got to have more pictures or something, more something,
right?
Like verify that it's this person, because the photo like that she had posted, it was like a little bit darker photo, but it, like you could tell it was like she was cute. She had a nice smile and everything, and that's what gets me.
Ooh, that's the thing about you, is that you love smiles.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a teeth person.
And so like it looked like she was cute. But then the second time I got catfished, that one was a weight thing, because she was posting photos and stuff like that, and she looked cute, like she looked good. And so she's like, "Oh, we should hang out sometime. I'm actually going to be watching some movies and stuff. Like, if you want to come over and watch them." I'm like, "Sure, let's do it." You know?
Pulled up on her.
And then, so I went and got some stuff. Like, I think I got something to drink. And then I went over, knocked on the door, and then all of a sudden, like, she opens it. And I'm like, this is her, like, probably like 70, 80 pounds ago. Like, the photo that she was posting.
Wow.
Like, she never updated the photos or anything like that. So, like, she had, like, photos from who knows when. And I was like, the fuck? You know what I mean?
I guess, okay, watch. Here's the thing about catfishing, though. When you're looking to form like a genuine connection with somebody, that's different, because it wouldn't have mattered. Kind of like a Love is Blind kind of vibe, you know?
Yeah.
But when you're just like talking, obviously like to hook up or whatever, please like be as advertised. And that is the same for men as well.
Well, yeah, like it wasn't that like I was there because she seemed like a cool girl, like obviously I wasn't like,
yeah, but if her weight or her looks threw you off, then it obviously was like, not about being a cool girl.
No, I talk about it all the time. You have to be attracted to the person that you're trying to talk to.
Correct.
Like whether
But
it be,
sometimes personality is enough to be attractive. But that wasn't the case here. That's what I'm saying. It was more of a hookup thing.
like, I understand the whole personality thing. Like, people have cool personalities, but I would have never like approached this girl like if I didn't find her attractive. That's why like
Yeah.
I always tell people like I've never seen a girl that has like a smile that I don't enjoy and been like, shit, let me go talk to her, you know? Like, it's always like, oh, I
Pinche
enjoy,
cara de fuchu. A
Yeah,
ver,
and so-
a ver qué tal.
and she looked good in her photo, so like I was attracted to her, and so that just completely threw me off. You know what I mean?
I feel like girls catfish physically, men catfish financially.
That too. Well, they do financially, they do physically. They
And physically too.
They lie about their height. They lie about
Yes.
They lie about a lot of little things, meaning like
But see, the culture makes them lie about their height because honestly, before I started dating, you remember I was a short king lover, so I liked guys that were a little bit shorter, and then you're obviously like the tallest guy I've dated, but like. No, like the girls who want to date you because of who you are, maybe they like, short kings. Your height doesn't matter, but there's a lot of women like. The culture nowadays is like, if you're not 6 foot, don't even approach me. Don't even talk to me. Da, da, da. It's like, it's the super shallow kind of thing. So guys are forced into that.
not even
Forced
like,
into like lying about their height.
well,
I feel like.
yeah, I understand that part, but I feel like you could have avoided the whole ghosting, like I'm not calling back or anything like that, if you would have just been upfront about the height.
Yeah, but if somebody catfishes you, I feel like there's no problem in saying, hey, I feel like you weren't upfront or forthcoming about this or about your appearance. I feel like you lied about this. And for those reasons, like, have a good life or whatever. You don't have to ghost. You don't have to ghost. And honestly, you're doing that person a favor because it's like, yeah, gotcha. Like, stop lying to people, be forthcoming. And these are the same people that are like, I've been single for like 8 years now. Well, I don't know. Maybe there's something to it.
Yeah, well, if you start off any sort of like whatever that is,
You're starting
situationship,
off
relationship,
on a lie.
well, yeah, you're starting off lies. Like, I don't understand what goes on through some of these guys' heads. Like,
She's never going to find out.
no, she's gonna show up, or he's gonna show up, and then she's gonna be like, oh shit, you said you were this tall, but now like, now you're shorter than me.
What about dick fishing? Can we talk about it?
Yeah, I think that's a thing too.
They'll be getting all the right angles, and baby, I'm sorry you don't want to hear this from me, but whatever. This is uncomfortable combos. I have been dick fished before, and I did tell you about this. Yeah, I we're about to get to that point, right? And takes off his pants, and I was like, absolutely not, absolutely not. I was like, I'm out, and he was like, wow, like and I was like, absolutely. But what I think had happened before was that I don't think he sent me a dick pic, right? I don't think it was even his.
I can see that.
And I was but like literally took out his pants and I was like, absolutely the fuck not. Like, what is this?
Yeah, and that's what sucks.
I'm not gonna lay there and take some half-ass dick. Like, I'm pretty sure like his personality wasn't even there anyways. But like, that's fucked up. You're gonna make me catch a body for that? I was like, no. I left. I literally left.
Yeah, and see, and that's what I mean. Like, things like that can be avoided instead of because I understand. I feel bad for the guys because it's not like they chose that. You know what I mean? Like, that's why you just got to be upfront and honest. Like, because I get the TikToks all the time too, where they sit and complain. Or not complain. It's an issue that like they're a great person, but
he has a small dick.
But it really doesn't do it for me and stuff like that. And
that's the guy's fault at that point, baby, don't you think? Because like, if you have a small dick, you could really do a lot with your mouth and with your fingers.
no, I know, but that's what I'm saying. But also, don't go in there like obviously showing a different size,
yes,
or something that's not yours.
It's just the deceit part.
Yeah, because if like in a guy's head, I can see it like where they're, oh, I'm gonna make her like me based off of my personality, and then
whip out this little Vienna sausage.
Yeah, but again, that's why like it sucks for them because it's not like they're choosing.
Right? No, it's not like they're choosing and stuff, but like be upfront with it. Like, there are some girls who don't mind or whatever, who don't require so much. I don't know, but like be upfront with it. So wouldn't you rather send her a picture of your actual size, hand comparison, something, I don't know, send her an accurate picture and have her ghost you right then and there, then get into the act? Like, a girl who's gonna ghost you over it will ghost you there or will ghost you in person. Like, it doesn't matter. So wouldn't you rather? Plus, like I said, if you're talking to somebody with the intention of a relationship, those things need to be satisfied.
Well, yeah, that's why like I say on the TikToks, that if it's a problem now, it's gonna be a problem later. Like,
Yes,
it's not
always,
like it's gonna
for anything.
It's it's not gonna magically grow out of nowhere. But like just out of nowhere. I mean, they need to, guys just need to be upfront about everything. Their height, their, like, if they have kids, there's people who lied about having kids. Like,
There's people who lie about having marriages. So yeah, I can see that.
They lie about all these little things, and so that's just bad on them, because now it's going to start
on the wrong foot.
Yeah. And then they're going to wonder, oh, what happened? Well, you started off lying.
I just don't think these people who are doing all these things are looking for a serious relationship, because there is no way in hell that they're really thinking in their big age brains, like, she'll never find out about this.
But also, girls need to be a little bit more willing to compromise on certain things, not like how you get treated.
Absolutely. I think this whole cultural thing about, like, you don't be, if you're not over 6 foot, don't talk to me, that's stupid, ladies.
Yeah, because then all of a sudden what happens? She goes for all these people who are over 6 foot, and she gets treated like shit. Each one of them has been treated like, well, maybe because you passed on the one that wanted you to treat you like a queen, or you didn't even give this person a chance. Like, I get it. Like, we all have, what we want. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you just can't have everything in that checklist, They want someone who's 6 foot, well off, gotta be packing. You know what I mean? Like, all these things. But then they might meet somebody who's, like, well off, packing, but he's not 6 foot. So, like, now it's a problem.
Yeah, like, how are you going to let that, like, deter you from a really, really good man who's going to absolutely fucking adore you, right? But the dick size, don't fuck with that. Stop. Let that deter you. If it's important, let it deter you.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I was gonna say. Like,
sex is such an important part of a relationship for you to just be laying there like.
No, you have to be enjoying it. Like, if you don't enjoy it.
And I'm sure there's some little dick guys out there who can really put down the moves.
Some people are willing to be like, he's a great guy. He's great with his hands, or he's great with his mouth. It sucks that he's not that packing there. But
babe, you're getting me a little hot over here.
But it can be, it's made up in those other areas, Like, guys need to realize that there's those situations. Mm-hmm. Because there's also, and then they complain about dudes who, I think another thing where guys do tend to, like, dick fish is when they're having issues down there. Like, it's not getting up. They're having those type of problems. That's a guy's ego not wanting to go get checked to see what's wrong with them. They're like, I'm fine. Nothing's wrong with me. Like,
okay, then why is it shriveling out of me? Like, come on, just take that pill, baby.
there's a bunch of different reasons for that. And it's not just one. Some people are like, why does it keep happening? Well, medications, for one, can have an effect on your situation down there. Like, so if they're on some sort of medication,
well, yeah,
it could mean that, hey, like, you're going to have this issue. But then that's why you figure, like, if you have to take this medicine, whatever it is, go get that, your levels checked, like testosterone. Maybe he's bringing your testosterone levels down.
Look, I don't know any woman that would listen to a guy tell her, like, hey, babe, I'm having these problems with my dick, and her be like, ew. She'll be like, let's fix this so I can get my dick.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
So be honest.
So that's one. It could be medications. Another one could be that they're on some sort of drugs, meaning, like, sometimes they get coked out, some, like, hard drugs, like, they're on that.
Yeah, they're just not
thinking
healthy.
that it's gonna help. Like, I remember I had a buddy who was on he would take, like, ecstasy and Molly, and you know how it's supposed to make you, like, freakier and stuff like that, but he couldn't get it up.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I had a buddy back in, we were a little bit after high school. He was gonna hook up with this girl. He had taken that, and good looking girl. And I was like, oh shit, like, damn, this dude's gonna get that. And so the next day, guys being guys, I was like, bro, did you get that? And he's like, no. He's like, and the cool thing was that he was honest.
Yeah.
He wasn't like, he was like, no, man. He's like, I started rolling. He's like, and then when we went to go mess around, he's like, I want to get hard. And I'm like, what? That does that to you? I was like, I'm thinking, because I've never done it.
Yeah, I'm thinking you're rock hard.
You know?
Like, yeah.
Because I'm thinking like you're hard as like with that. Because a lot of people say that like in like movies and videos and stuff, that you're going to be like super
I mean,
freaky.
I would assume so, yeah.
And so he said he couldn't get it up. And that also happens with like coke, maybe other hard drugs.
Well, and then you get whiskey dick too. You drink too much. And
yeah, that's what I was going to say too, because that is also a real thing that's happened to me before. Like I got super lit. And then all of a sudden I'm just like, what the fuck happened? You know, like you're just like, sorry.
Well.
And then another one is your hormones are off, you know, because the older you get, it just happens.
Men's hormones are off?
Yeah, like
men's hormones go off?
Testosterone.
Oh,
like,
that's what that is? Okay, cool.
So, and it messes with your, like, if you take testosterone, sometimes depending on how much you're taking or how your body reacts, you have to take like other stuff to counteract it, you know, and, like, it just depends.
Right.
You know? But if your testosterone levels are down, it just means your libido goes down, like your sex drive goes down. And so you're not wanting to be intimate. Yeah. And so not wanting to, and also because usually like if it gets hard, like you get those feelings, that blood flowing. A guy, he's like, I want to do it. I want to do it. You know, I want to do it. So if it's not doing it, they're just like, like, you know what I mean? Like they're just comfortable without doing it.
I don't think.
Because they don't, because you don't get that feeling. Like, I don't know how girls act. I'm just saying.
No,
like
absolutely. I would feel like that's more of a woman thing than a man thing. I've never come across a man who's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm cool on it.
No, it happens. And it happens a lot.
That must really fucking suck.
Because like, again, like when you get horny, you know, like you want to do it. You want this person. You're like, oh, I want them so bad. And so that happens with guys too. Like, oh, I really want her. And when that type of situation is happening, you get hard. Like, I think it has a lot to do like you getting hard and stuff down there because it'll be hard and you'll be like, fuck, I want her so bad. You know, like I want her or like I really want to do it with her. But while you're thinking those things, correct me if I'm wrong, fellas, you're pretty hard down there. You know what I mean? Like, and so if it's not getting hard, that sex drive isn't there.
How did we get here, babe?
Oh,
I thought we were talking about dick fishing.
Yeah, we're talking about all sorts of dick fishing or like catfishing, dick fishing.
Sorry, I just got confused.
But I'm glad we're talking about this because this is actually super popular, like in the TikToks. Like I get the ED question all the time, and they always ask, "Oh, is it somebody else?" And because the last one, maybe there's more, but these are just the ones: medication, drugs, your levels. Oh, let me finish on the levels. If you're off, if your levels are off, it's not going to be right down there. But if you go and get fixed again, so
just go get checked out.
When guys get older, your testosterone level goes down. Now it's more common to do testosterone because like I would rather feel like I'm 18 years old.
You think the stigma's going away now?
Yeah, like
that's
it's bad.
Awesome. Oh, that's awesome.
But the thing is, like, it's because some people abuse it because they take a lot because they want to get bigger.
Oh, okay.
But if you're using it as just like something to make you feel better, kind of like the whole stem cell thing is becoming big. Like people like their shoulder hurts or they have issues with their shoulders. Yeah. Get stem cells, they inject it. It works. A lot of people talk like, I feel great now. Like my shoulder feels great, which is, it's not actually legal in most states. That's why a lot of people go out of the country to get it done, you know? So if you go and get checked, you go get fixed, you get put to your good levels, you're going to see like your sex drive come back and maybe even further. Because there's somebody that I know, I'll tell you after, that also was running with the issues like that, went to go get checked, and I even knew he was on it. And I was like, oh, are you on TRT, which is testosterone replacement therapy? And And he's like, oh yeah, he's like, I feel great. He's like, I'm fucking like crazy, you know. And like this dude's older, like way older. He's like, this shit is amazing.
We love that for him.
You know, and so that's why like guys need to go get checked and stop being it. And they're not sitting there playing with it. You go, they do your blood work, take it to the lab, get it checked, and they're like, hey, this is off. And this is the one I think you should do first. If this doesn't fix your issue, maybe it's something else, you know. But then you're gonna be like, shit, I feel fucking amazing, like with this, you know. So that's why I always recommend like guys go get checked, because people have gone to go get checked and they're like, holy shit, like
I was so off or something. Yeah.
Yeah, like I was
women
so low.
too. See, I feel like this is more common in the like female arena because we get our hormones checked all the time, like our thyroid, our hormones, like this and that. Like, why am I gaining weight? Why am I getting facial hair? Why this and that? Like with my PCOS, like I told you, my hormones are everywhere. Wait, so this is what the BioT thing is, huh?
Yeah,
the thing that I'm gonna do with Carrie, the pellet. Yeah, so I'll talk to you guys about that later. But yeah, so even women need testosterone.
Yeah, she was saying that women also need some, like, depending on their level.
She did say you get horny as fuck, though.
Not just that, but I think people miss out on the biggest part is that they just think that you're going to get fixed overnight instead of going to get checked.
Oh, no, yeah.
You know, instead of, and guys do it all the time because, again, for, like, ego, they don't want to, They want to be like, I'm fine, nothing's wrong with me. You know, I'm just going through.
As a woman, it's sexier when the guy's just like, yeah, I got this problem, I got it fixed. I'm like, damn, baby, you're a doer. I love that.
you have to get it, like, because if you're not doing it, eventually somebody else is going to be.
Somebody's going to be doing it.
Like,
tell you something.
Yeah, and so you just got to be careful because they'll only stick around for so long.
For so long.
Because it'll get to the point where they're just like itching for it, and the moment some person makes them feel.
The moment Big Dick Danny comes around the corner, she's gone.
It doesn't even have to be big.
She's gone.
It doesn't even
metaphorically,
have to.
okay.
It has the moment somebody whips it out in front of her, she's probably just gonna, go for it, because she hasn't had it in so long. And so there's one more that it also could be.
This is a good episode for men.
And so the last one, like I was saying, the last one is they probably are hooking up with somebody else. So they get more turned on. But here's the reason, like, sometimes that's not the case because some guys will hook up with somebody else and still be able to hook up with you. You know what I mean?
Sí, porque tienen de sobras.
Yeah. But sometimes, like, when you're into somebody, you're just all about them. The moment, like, say another guy came and, like, talked to you, you'd be like, no.
Yeah, nah.
You know what I mean? And so, like, all your energy is towards them.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking happens is, like, say, like, a guy is really into this girl. And so, like, when the wife wants to, like, mess around, he's just kind of like, oh, no. Like, all he's thinking about is this.
Well,
this
remember the thing that you did about this girl getting cheated on? She came on the TikTok and she was saying that she was about to have sex with her husband, but she felt like he was holding back with her because there was somebody else. Remember that one?
Yeah. And see, that's why
he's cheating on his side bitch with his wife.
Yeah,
like,
that's how she felt that he was feeling. And so that's why I'm saying, like, it could be that they are with somebody else. It doesn't always necessarily mean, oh, they're hooking up with somebody else. Because, like, I mean, I haven't talked about this, but, like, I also went through it, like, with my ex. Uh-huh. Like, that's when I knew my levels were off, like, a long time ago. And it wasn't even testosterone. It was my thyroid.
See, all your levels checked.
It was my
get your
thyroid.
Blood work.
It was my thyroid that was off, and so, like, that was messing me up completely. I had no idea. But she got to the point where she thought I was cheating, and she told me after. She's like, I was smelling your underwear to see if you smelled like a girl, and stuff like that. Like, it got to that point.
Okay.
And you know what I mean? And so that's why, like, I can see, you know what I mean? Like, I can see, like, why they would think it's another girl. It wasn't another girl.
You come home and she was like, let me smell your dick. Yeah.
She legit made me do. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, she legit. She was like,
girl, I do the same thing.
She's like, let me smell it. And
put
I was
it in
like,
my mouth. Let me taste it. Yeah, you gotta go through all the channels if you need.
No, I was like, what the fuck? And then that's when she was like, well, what's going on?
What you're told.
She basically said, what's going on? Yeah. And I was like, I don't know. And so, like, I wasn't in the mood. I wasn't. And so
it's
I went
kind of an ego killer for us too.
Yeah, and I totally understand that.
Yeah.
And so that's why I went to go get checked, and they're like, "Oh yeah, your thyroid is, like, off." Like that's why you're struggling to lose weight. That's why you're like, you know, you tend to hold on to a lot more weight than most people.
Mm-hmm.
And so
You
then
have hypothyroidism.
yeah, I think that's what I can't remember, but got put on the medication and I felt fucking great, you know, afterwards, you know, and then I cut a bunch of weight after that too, because obviously that helped. So that's why I'm saying like it could be that there's somebody else, because when you have like all that energy, like that girl that you brought up on the TikTok, like her husband felt like she was cheating on her side piece with his own wife.
Yeah.
Because he was like, oh, I want her, you know, like all my energy towards her. So now when his wife came, like he was probably like,
oh my God, it's gonna give me anxiety.
yeah. And so I think that's what happened there. So which one is it? And I'm glad we talked about this. That way guys can like,
dude, no pasa nada. Just check it out.
So like guys can realize how girls think about this. Like they may think it's them. They may think it's somebody else.
Oh, honestly, if that were to happen, I would probably, like, let's say like we're in the middle of sex and you just like go limp or something, I would probably cry. I would probably be like, wow, like I would be thinking everything. Does it stink down there? Does he think I'm ugly? Like I'm bloated. I'm gonna have my period, so I'm bloated and I look fat. Like I would go through all of these things in my head, or like he's just not into me anymore, or he's still mad about this, or he's seeing somebody else. I would go through everything in my head.
Yeah, and so
I would cry.
It's just better to go and like talk about what, like, hey, like I'm just gonna get my levels checked. Again, fellas, they don't sit there and mess around with your thing. They're not like,
it's blood work.
Here, ooh, let me like flick it a little bit, like see if it's.
Tú quisieras.
Maybe like if there was like something worse, but it usually comes down to like
blood work.
Your blood work, your hormones, like they may be off.
Yeah.
So that's why I always say, like, tell them to go get checked. Fellas, again, if you're listening, they don't play with your thing or they don't look at it. It's more, maybe if it gets to like an extreme point, maybe, I don't know, don't quote me, but.
It's just blood work, Daddy. I mean.
But if you go and get your blood work, they're going to tell you all your levels. But you have to tell them you want to test for testosterone. Because usually just a blood work panel, it really doesn't. I think most of them don't.
Just go to your GP, go to your doctor. Like, not a big deal.
Yeah.
And it's not an ego thing. And honestly, if this has happened to you, look, ladies, if you're listening to this and this has happened to your husband or whatever, or guys, if you're listening to this and this has happened to you, try to take your ego out of it, solve the problem. The biggest thing that I've learned, like being with Edgar, is if there's a problem, just solve it. Like right away. Don't let it linger, because when you let problems linger, it makes everything worse. When the sex goes bad in your relationship, or you're not having sex in your relationship, the relationship goes bad, because let's not lie to ourselves. It's a huge, it's a domino effect, right? So just men, if you want a way to bring it up with your woman, as a woman, how I would like to be approached about it is, babe, look, I know I haven't been performing. Like, I know I've been off sexually and stuff. I want to fix that because our intimacy is so important to me. So I'm going to go to the doctor, or like come with, or whatever, you know? As a woman, I would feel seen, heard, understood, and validated for sure. Just that's sexy as fuck. Take care of the problem.
Well, yeah. Especially if you're younger. Like, there's no reason you should be.
There's no reason you should
like,
walk around with a limp dick.
Yeah, this person that I'm talking about is almost 50, and they're
understandable.
Just, like, smashing everything that walks in front. Well, not everything.
Oh, we love that for him.
But you know what I mean? Like, the age really doesn't have.
It's the levels.
Yeah, like it's the level, because naturally you get older, they go down.
Yeah,
and it just happens. But just the whole catfishing, any type of fishing shouldn't be done. Even regular fishing. No,
deep sea fishing, absolutely not.
No, but just like because once you lie about little things in the beginning, now it looks bad, especially after the first date. He lied to me about this.
And that's some real beta shit. I'm going to be honest with you. It's super beta. I think it's not like, if you're an alpha male, or like, I use the term alpha so lightly, like please not in the Andrew Tate way. God, no. But like, if you are like, tú eres macho, tú eres masculino, you're masculine and everything, like, then you don't need to lie about those things. It's more, I feel it's more masculine and sexy, like to be like, oh yeah, it's my problem. Like, this is what I'm doing, and fix it.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, I'm short, and what's up? Like, I still throw it down, baby. Like, who cares? Lean into it.
Because I remember there was also now that I think about it, there was a girl who lied to me about her daughter.
What do you?
She said that was her sister.
What?
Yeah.
How old was she?
When was this?
Like as an adult?
Yeah.
She had like an adult daughter?
No. The daughter was probably maybe 4 or 5
What
at
the
the
fuck?
time. Yeah, and she said that it was her sister. And I'm just like, okay, like you do a lot with your sister. You know what I mean? Like, but then later I found out through somebody else that was her daughter, and I'm like, why would she lie about that? Like, you know what I mean? Maybe she didn't want anything serious, you know, or just I don't know what the case.
No, she was probably thinking like, I don't want this guy to be like, oh, she has kids now. I don't want that.
Yeah,
that's what. If I were to do that, that's what the reason would be. But that's fucking weird.
Yeah, because even I thought she was cool, good looking girl.
Yeah,
but after that, like I was like, I don't know, you know, like
that's a weird lie.
It's a weird like. Why would you lie about your own kid?
Yeah, that's
like
cringe.
I would never find out. Imagine like you,
and then you just lose respect for her as a woman and a mother too, because like why are you not
say you're dating like a year in, and all of a sudden you know how I said that was my sister. It's actually my daughter. I'd be like, why would you lie? Like that's.
Yeah. Plus, doesn't she live with you? Like
I think at the time she was living with her parents, so that's why it was like more believable.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm like, oh, okay, it's her sister. They hang out all the time, obviously, you know.
She calls her mom. Weird.
I never heard that though.
Okay.
That's why like live with the parents.
How long were you dating this girl?
It wasn't that long.
Oh, okay. It was like
right after that, because again, you know how like when things happen a long time ago, numbers get blurry and stuff like that.
Let's not focus on that.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly how long I talked to her, but we had hung out a few times, and then somebody else told me, because I was like, oh, I'm talking to so and so, and you know, local, and they're like, oh, okay, she's he's like, oh, she has a daughter that's, I think he said like 4 or 5 years old. I'm like, no, that's her sister. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah, that's her sister, and he's like, you know how like they'll sit there and like,
no, I don't think so.
And he's like, yeah, he's like, no, he's like, I know the baby daddy.
There it is.
And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah. And he showed me his profile, like obviously with the kid too. And I'm like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just weird.
Yeah.
Don't catfish. Don't be upfront about stuff. Also, if you're just looking to have like a situationship, like a hookup kind of thing, and they ask you something, instead of lying about it, just be like, I don't want to answer that. Or just like, I don't feel comfortable answering that. Just don't lie about it. Just be like, I'm not telling you. Or like, ¿qué te importa? Or whatever. Like, if you're just there to hook up, why go on with the lies? You just put like tallies on your lie
like,
chart. Like, why?
I think it's better just to be like, hey, like.
Some people don't want that information out there like that though. Like, if it's just a hookup, just be like, I don't know.
No, saying like, hey, like I'm just here to like, you know, I got needs, you got needs.
But see, that boils down to like, just be honest. The transparency. You know?
No, I know, but like if you don't want to answer those questions, because when it's that type of situation, now like, well, for one, if you're in a sneaky link friends with benefits.
Yeah, stop asking me questions, take off your pants.
Yeah, like why are you guys doing boyfriend and girlfriend stuff?
Yeah, why are we getting to know each other on this level?
Or hanging out. There's some people
hanging out with their sneaky links.
Yeah, they're like, oh, like we do boyfriend and girlfriend stuff. Like I'm just wondering, maybe they're catching feelings.
And you mean that he's holding you around until he finds a girl of his dreams or a placeholder? Or
like she's the one catching feelings. Because now, like, it'd be like, why is he doing all these things for me? Like, maybe she kind of likes it, you know.
Te ilusionaste, mamita. Es todo lo que pasó.
So, no, but yeah, that definitely was, like, well, this is definitely a good episode to listen. Like, especially, like, ladies, send this to your guy. There's no, like, be like, hey, look, they're talking about these seriously uncomfortable.
See, babe, I told you. That's what the caption's going to say when she sends it.
Yeah, and so, or just take a quick listen to this. Like, it's common. And fellas, yes, it is common that your testosterone levels go down. Like, it's really rare. I mean, it happens. There's guys who obviously, like, can, their testosterone levels are stay good. For example, genes with my dad's side, we have great hair genes. Like,
you do.
We don't lose our hair very fast. Like we grow like a nice full beard.
You do.
My dad, he has like gray hair now too, but a lot of it's still very black.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you know how some people get a little bit older and they start turning gray.
Yeah.
His is pretty, and then his dad still has a good set of hair, and he's like almost 80. You know, and so that's why like some people could have maybe some good genes where their testosterone levels stay well. You know, but that's not everybody.
It's just super common that your levels are off. But and then if I could say something to the ladies, as far as catfishing, a filter here and there is fine and everything like that. But like, if you are afraid to get on a FaceTime call with him, I think you're doing too much.
A FaceTime call.
And I've been through this, babe. I told you, you're the first guy that I've like FaceTimed, basically, like besides, you know, I've obviously had long-term relationships, but like, you were the first guy that right away I FaceTimed you. Like, I didn't care. Even though I do use filters, like, I want to be clear about this. Like, I do use filters on Instagram and everything, but they're not extreme. Obviously, you guys are seeing me here, no filter, right? But, like, girls, if you are afraid to jump on a FaceTime call, that probably indicates to you that you're doing a little bit too much editing on your pictures and everything. And I don't think guys even need all that editing, like, to like you.
No.
I mean,
I think people would be, like, more appreciative to it. If a filter, like you said, is fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but when we get to the body stuff.
It's people, like, not just body stuff. I said it before. Not your skin is not that fucking smooth. Like, let's be honest.
Okay,
like,
but you're a photographer and you know that kind of stuff.
No, some people, you know for a fact, you've seen some people on IG when they use the Facetune, no bags under their eyes, no blemishes, no
I just think girls sleeping good.
The super smooth skin, like everything.
I just want
eyes
her routine.
Are bright like crazy, no
Lumify.
red.
Babe,
No.
there's an answer for everything.
No, absolutely not. And then when you see them in a tagged photo, then
when you go to the tag photos, yeah, that's what I love doing that. I'm so nosy.
you go to
like
the tagged photos and you're like,
A ver, bebecita.
Here we go.
Let's see what we're working with.
This is you here because no, like again, if you want a light filter here, but those people know who I'm talking about. They go a little extreme on your guys' filters. There was one I've been trying to make a TikTok saying that I don't use a filter or something like that. With this, it was on Snapchat. I've been trying to look for the filter. It like put lashes on me, and then it made my skin super fucking smooth. Like it looked so fake. Like,
yes, I know what you're referring to, baby.
And that's how I see people when they're using these Facetune apps, because I know for a fact you're great looking, but you're not that perfect.
Oh, yeah. And then
let's be honest. Nobody is that perfect.
Like, and girls, you're going to absolutely get this. Like, do you ever see a girl using a filter and you're like, Bebita, you don't need all that. Like, she's literally so pretty. Like, why are you using that filter? Like, you're so pretty in person. We think that all the time about, like, our girlfriend stuff. Like, why is she doing that? Like, she's so pretty.
Yeah, so it's just a little less of that. I like how they said that they wanted I don't know if it's true, but I don't know if you saw that where they wanted
the transparency.
They wanted to remove all filters.
Por favor, no.
Like for social medias.
Papi, Instagram, por favor, no.
So, I mean, that would be fine. It would just show like how people actually are, you know, instead of, because I'm sure there's also the girl who will see this other girl and be like, dang, she looks super good.
Yes, there's a really big
for example, there's this podcast guys that I follow, and they usually have like models and stuff on there. I haven't really listened to the episodes, to be honest, but I clicked on one time that they interviewed so and so. I forgot her name. She looked, you know, she's not bad. Went to her profile and I'm like, this is a whole different girl. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, this is a whole different girl. And it sucks because somebody who is like maybe self-conscious or insecure or having like body dysmorphia
fuck your shit up.
Doesn't even realize that they're not as perfect as like they're thinking.
Yes.
Like, everybody, that's why I said like everyone has their issues. Everyone has like things that are wrong with them, you know, and it's fine. Like, somebody's gonna love you for you. You know, and it does.
I mean, you love me for me,
girl. You're beautiful.
Yeah.
But there's also people who like that will put them in a depressed state. you know, and
yeah,
especially
comparison, of course.
and especially like when most people are posting all the highlight reels of their life, because that's what it is. That's what social media is mainly highlight reels. You know, like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm doing this. Oh, I'm doing this. But they didn't post about the time they were just crying. You know what I mean? Like,
well, that's why we like to keep it real on our social media. I post all the ugly shit too. So do you. I mean,
yeah. And so, you know, it's just a little less fishing. Let's do a little less fishing, especially guys. Stop hype fishing. Stop just lying. I'm not even gonna say it's fishing. It's lying.
stop the lies.
Yeah, and then stop the lying, because it'd be better her finding. That's how you filter people out. Oh, she didn't like me because I was. She
Good.
was
Next,
she
you don't
was-
need her anyways. Then
Like, you probably saved yourself, 1, some money, 2, the embarrassment of her showing
Right.
up and then just leaving.
and the
you.
possibility of her just dipping out.
Yeah, that would, imagine like she shows up, you guys are at a restaurant, she sees you and she's like, what the fuck? And then leaves.
Pero neta, mi amor, honestly, homegirl should just leave. If she got lied to like that, he's like, yeah, I'm 6'2", you show up, homeboy's 5'5", dip.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you can
But
avoid
save the
that.
embarrassment, yeah.
And nobody saw that happen. Like, say she stopped talking to you just because you're high.
Nobody knows.
Nobody
Nobody's the
knew.
wiser. Hmm.
As long as you're not going around saying, you know how some guys, guess who I'm talking to? And then like a week later, what happened? I don't know.
How tall are you, babe?
5'10". Well, no, 5'11" and a half. No, 5'10" and a half, but I say 5'11".
What is all this quibbling about? Okay, he's 5'10", 5'11", whatever, okay?
5'10" and a half.
But see, 5'10" and a half, 0.7. So,
And then we ran out.
what?
I could have said 6'1", 6'2", and you'd been like, "The
Okay,
fuck?"
but see, I asked him, I reverse Uno carded him because, like I said, I like short kings. I like shorter, like stockier guys. And so I was like, how tall are you? And he told me like 5'10". And
It's funny, she would tell me that she would like pick him up and be like, it's
shut
okay.
the fuck
Like,
up.
I was like, hey, you ain't gonna do that with me, but like, if you wanna hold,
Give
if
him a
you-
little kiss on the top
she
of the
was-
head.
She was the big spoon and everything. Like,
Stop, guys, cap. Okay, so anyways, he told me straight up, and I was like, thank you very much for telling me that you're 5'10", 5'11", and not just rounding up to 6 foot. Because guys, stop rounding up. Like, live in that 5'10", okay? I mean, he pulled a hottie. Could happen to you.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't know why people
Round
I
up.
just round up. It's not like I'm rounding up to the next foot. You know, like I'm not 5'10" and a half. I'm like, oh shit, I'm 6
I
foot.
feel like you're like a 2-year-old who's like, or like a 4-year-old, and you're like, oh, he's 4. I'm 4.5. Like,
Yeah,
it
see,
sounds a little silly, daddy.
Well, okay, no, 5'10" and a half. You want my height or you don't want my height?
I wanted it. I
No,
wanted it.
okay, like, so I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
I'm gonna be.
Well, I'm 5'5.25.
See, there's nothing wrong with that.
With heels, I'm 5'9".
Nah, not even 5'9". You're probably like 5'7", 5'8".
Whatever.
Yeah, but anyways, well, thank you guys for joining us on this crazy fishing video of a little bit of everything. But hopefully you guys either sent this to somebody, maybe get some confidence to go out there. Nobody's gonna know. You gotta went to go get checked.
Go get your levels checked and start being honest with people so that they can
Stop lying. Don't catfish people, because that's super frustrating. If you've gained some weight,
It's
update
more
your
embarrassing
photo.
for you, girly.
Yeah, update the photo.
Update it, girl.
Yeah, it's not like, it shouldn't be like, if you would just update the photo, they'd be like, you know, like somebody's gonna be like, damn, she fine. You know?
And you are.
And so just update the photo. Stop lying. Let's get away from all this, because especially with social media, shit gets out there a lot more. So, and it's actually harder to get to become genuine, because there's a bunch of like fake profiles and stuff now too. I had
Meet people in person.
that too. See, before we go, one of the best things you can do before you meet somebody online is FaceTime, you know? That's
That's what I did with him. I FaceTimed him.
That's how you're gonna know.
I was like, what if he has a beard filter?
Yeah, that's how you're gonna know that if that's really them,
Yeah.
that's really what they look like. FaceTime.
And if they don't want to, then that's a red flag.
That's the problem.
I FaceTimed you right away. I picked up that phone so quick.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
But anyways, I want to thank you guys for listening, for watching. Give us a thumbs up, 5-star review wherever you guys are listening to it. Listen to or post a comment, send it to your baby daddy, your Sancho, your uncle, your nephew, whoever needs to hear this. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Bye, guys.
See you guys.
Es que me la da, vaya a ver,